Good rising, great awakenings. Okay, there we go. Oh, I closed it. Try one more time. There we go. All right, all right, all right. Okay, now we're business. Now we're business. Good rising, great awakenings. Welcome to Good Rising TV. Today we're going to be talking about portal openings and other interesting things. And if you're interested in joining the conversation, just leave me a message. I'm not trying to play games, but if anybody wants to join the conversation, just let me know. That is not it. Oh gosh. Always something with these little things. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. There we go. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. So thank you for tuning in. If you're going to stick around, please tap the screen so TikTok can let people know that we're here. And if you'd like to join in the conversation on TikTok, just leave me a message. I don't know what this is. I've already done that. Okay. We get it. Okay. Good Rising and Great Awakenings. Welcome to Good Rising. Oh, gotta turn the screen around. All these little things I have to do here. Okay, there we go. Great. Alrighty-yo. Yeah, so my name is Tachia. This is Good Rising TV, Wellness Wednesdays. On Wednesdays, we like to talk about things like astrology, herbs, sound healing, crystals, just different topics in wellness. And the last time we were here, because I took a break last week for the winter solstice, someone told me about the portal opening coming up at the end of January, which I didn't know about. And so we're getting ready for that. Yeah, so I'm doing some research on that and planning to have a live stream during that event. It's supposed to peak January 21st through the 25th. I think it's 6 planets. Let me see. I don't even remember what I learned last time. And then also, you're probably aware, you probably know more than I do about the Pope recently claimed to open 5 portals, and people said that was referring to the chakras. So if you have any information on that, I'm mostly looking forward to the portal opening coming up at the end of January. So let me see if I can find something coming up January. Okay, let's see. Well, they're saying something started on January 1st. The manifestation portal offers a unique opportunity to set intentions. Oh, I don't know what that is. That's something else. Oh, I know, because of the new moon energy. Yeah. But that's not the one I was talking about. although that is pretty significant. I don't see anything here right now. Okay, so here it says the Pope did something on December 24th. The Jubilee, let's see, series of door openings will include, let's see what it said. Oh, wait. Oh, door openings will include one in a Roman prison, which the Pope will open on Boxing Day as a sign of restoring hope through amnesty and pardon. So I don't know what that's about. Cancellation of debt, escalating crises. So I don't know. I don't know much about that. But anyway, at the end of January, we'll have a special Cosmic Chimes and Chanting session. So today I thought we would just talk about portal openings and any experiences that you've had with portal openings. Here at Osmology Temple and Light Being Wellness Center, I actually am working with several portals. I believe that this property is on some sort of portal opening, and that's why I am still here. A few weeks ago, what was it? Was it during the Dia de los Muertos? I guess that's a month ago. That's last year. I actually saw a portal opening. I drew a picture of it. It was at the entrance. Well, you can't see it here, and you can see it there over the doorway. How it's like an arched doorway in my apartment across the hall. I saw a portal opening on the wall, and it was just, it looked like paint had chipped, and there was just a big space where there was no paint, or like it had peeled open, but inside of the opening was just black with like light swirling around. And I that's the first time I've experienced anything like that. Has anybody on here seen a portal opening or experienced a portal opening? And then of course the image that I have on the background, it's like a Stargate. It's a Creative Commons image, so there should be no license problems. But it always reminds me of this symbol. This is the infinity symbol in the Meta Nectar. So that's, I could just like match it with the image here on the TikTok. It just fits right there. So it's infinity. It's like an opening to infinity, beyond time and space. And then when we're having like retrogrades, like Horoscopes is a 13-month astrology system that, came through me based on the 13 months. The 13th constellation along the ecliptic is Ophiuchus. It's coming out in the news more and more. I've been talking about this for almost 40 years. But anyway, when there's a Mercury retrograde or another planetary retrograde, people are surprised to learn that other planets go retrograde too. But Mercury gets all the attention because it can cause chaos and havoc, and it's short. It's only 3 weeks. The other other retrogrades can last weeks or months. Oh, thank you for the follow. But I was led to view retrogrades as portal openings. It's really an illusion when you have a retrograde. The planet doesn't actually move backwards, but it kind of makes it shape like that, and then it kind of looks like it goes back, and then it looks like it goes forward again. But it's really just at certain points of the orbit that it appears to go backwards. But if you look at those tracking images, it looks like the symbol. I don't have it anywhere. Wait, yes, I do. It looks like the symbol for the eye. I have this cool thing here, but the retrograde motion, it looks like this part of the eye. That's also the Arit symbol for offering, which is my Kemetic name, or it's also the symbol for the chakras, Well, the word Ari, it means action. Ari means action. So to me, it's a portal opening. So like for Mercury retrograde, that doesn't mean that that's when all your technology goes haywire or you have arguments or relationships or communication issues. It means there's an opening in communication and technology. It's an opening for massive change and learning and development and growth. And that's how I view portal openings. Not, that's how I view Mercury retrogrades and retrogrades, not as something scary, but it's just an intense experience. And so, like I was trying to read a little bit about the Pope's portal opening, and then they were talking about because the new moon occurred during the Western imperialism New Year, that's some sort of massive opening. But let's take a minute to talk about the New Year. Just take a minute. I'm sure you've seen lots of videos, people talking about in nature or in indigenous cultures, the New Year begins with the spring equinox. Now it's interesting because that's for the northern hemisphere. The southern hemisphere, of course, it would be the fall equinox, right? But since Western imperialism has taken over the world, they consider the New Year to start in the spring. Like when they have the Easter and Passover holy days, which are the full moon and the Sunday at the full moon after the equinox. But back in the day, before the church took over a time and started controlling people's lives, the New Year's Day was April 1st, because that is, 8 days after the equinox. And if you notice, the Western imperialism holidays always synchronize with nature's holy days, but it's like 3 days or 7 days later, 8 days later, 10 days later. But that was how they coerced the quote unquote pagans and heathens, which were just Aboriginal descendants or indigenous people of the North, East, West, and South. I said, oh, come on and join our religion because you can still have your practice, at the equinox or the solstice, but we're just going to have it on this day. And so if you accept it, fine. If you don't accept it, then we'll kill you. So most of the people said, okay, unalive you. Oh gosh, I'm probably going to get a violation on that. But anyway, so that's why, so people that still celebrated April 1st as the new year were labeled fools because they changed the new year to January 1st. And so that's why the whole concept of April Fool's Day came along, because those are people that still observe the new year on April 1st, or, like me, the equinox. And so then why did they choose January 1st? Well, they had already chosen December 25th, which is 3 to 4 days after the winter solstice, for their holy day of Christmas, which means the rebirth of the sun, S-U-N, because that's when the days begin to grow longer. Instead of S-O-N, they changed it to the birth of the sun, S-O-N. And so then they said, well, let's just change January. Let's just make New Year's Day on January 1st, because that's a week after Christmas. But it's 8 days after the winter solstice. So, people won't, it'll be like all in one package. The thing about January 1st, though, is December 30th. Oh, thank you. December 31st. In Kemet, ancient Kemet and other Natarian societies, is when they would celebrate Sirius culmination. The star Sirius, who represents goddess Aset. Let's see if I got some Sirius. The star Sirius, you can see it as the star of Aset or as the Dogon Sirius star. I had it on my little map here. Yeah, there. That represents Sirius. That's the symbol for Sirius there. And so they just made that into their big celebration. So, as a matter of fact, last night I had the good fortune of carrying out the ritual I learned from Seba Ma, which is a portal opening to align with Sirius. Although I couldn't go out and view Sirius because it was raining, but I still did the little ritual. You can find the recording of it somewhere. You can watch it anytime. It doesn't just have to be on December 31st. But if you're following Sirius, you're in tune with Sirius, you're definitely in tune with another portal opening. We have a comment here. Constance Wu says, good rising. Yeah, I really don't celebrate New Year's. Growing up, we would do watch nights where we would either went to church and prayed all night or stayed home and prayed all night. Yeah, my granddad used to stay up with me, and we'd watch what's his name, Art Linkletter or Walt, whatever that guy's, not Art Linkletter. The guy that would have the Christmas New Year's party. Yeah, we should do that. I still do I do the set ritual for the new moon. I mean for Sirius culmination, and I really enjoy doing that. I didn't do it publicly this time though. But anyway, if you're following Sirius, you're definitely following portal opening. I'm born at the spring equinox, March 17th. That's when celebrates the new year. So, oh my gosh, very good. Yeah, there's New Year's that occur all throughout the year. There's the Sirius Rising New Year, which is the Kemetic New Year in July. There's 8 days leading up to the Sirius Rising on July 23rd at the summer solstice. And then the Dogon people in Mali, they celebrate Sirius Rising in September. When you abbreviate SEPT, that's another name for the star Sirius. There's so many New Years. The Olmec Mayan calendar has the New Year at the end of July. So there's always a new cycle. It's not like this is the new year and this is the only new year. It's another portal opening. That's really all it is. It's just another trip around the Milky Way. The Milky Way is a portal opening. The center of the Milky Way, they say there's a black hole. I've never been there personally, but it certainly makes a lot of sense to me. Jupiter Daggett. So is there anyone on TikTok who wants to join in the conversation about portals? Do you have any experiences with portals? Let me see if I can find I have found some information on the January. Here we go. January 25th portal. Of course, it's on TikTok. Let's see what they say. Okay, good. So there's a lot of information on TikTok about it. So planetary alignment. Let's see what this one says. Sometimes they're short. My videos are always really long. I try to make them short. Good rising. Now they want me to get to the app. Okay, I can't just find an article on it. You have to. It seems like the only one that's up here. Okay. A 12-week portal. Okay, so this person says it starts on January 5th and it ends on March 30th. Oh wait, this is a painting. It's so hard just to get the information you're looking for. Oh my goodness, everything's updating on this one. TikTok just updated. That's a portal opening. Okay. Oh yeah, TikTok's updated. Okay, well, we'll come back to that. Yeah, so let's see. So when there's a bunch of planets that are retrograde, not just one planet, but like last month. Well, when Mercury was retrograde, I guess that was last month in December, and it ended at the full moon. There was 7 planets that were retrograde, and that's a massive opportunity for growth and change. I think portal openings also have something to do with time travel, because when you go to another dimension, from like watching movies, you could be there for a few minutes, but when you come back, years have gone by. So that's another, I guess something like time and space. In black holes, time and space gets stretched to infinity, that kind of thing. So, yeah, I'm waiting for TikTok to upload so I can find this other article. Okay, but anyway, while that's going on, like I'm not going to do it today, but probably next week, I will start having Cosmic Chimes and chanting sessions to prepare us for this event. Like they're saying, it already began, but I guess January 21st to the 25th is when it is is at its peak. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Okay, let's see if I can find something. Oh my goodness. I didn't plug in my computer. I'm running out of juice. Okay, here we go. Alrighty then. Yeah, it's not working. All right, so let's see if I can find something here. Constance, this is not a galactic portal, but when I'm in New Orleans, I can easily slip through time portals. Yes, I'm sure. I've only been there once, so I don't remember too much about it. But yeah, there's definitely places on the earth that represent portal openings. It's like you're just walking, like let's say you're walking on a hike out in the country, or even like you say in New Orleans, and you just walk across the street or you walk through a clearing and the energy shifts. You can just feel something completely different. And it's not anything that you did, it's just you crossed an entrance to a portal. And um, like you say, it could be a time portal, or usually for me, it's just my thoughts, my frequency changes, and I receive messages or I receive, intuitive hits. Here at the temple space, I have several altars located strategically around. And for me, when I go before the altar and make offerings, I'm going into a portal to connect with that particular aspect of divinity. So just by anything where you're changing your frequency is in a way it's a portal opening. Maybe you're not like trying to open it or doing anything. Um, but one way to access portal openings, like when you're doing rituals, is by opening the way. You might have heard Anpu is the opener of the way, and there's a song, "Oh Anpu, opener of the way." Um, but then also one way to open the portal is by addressing um, to open a portal is by addressing the directions, the four directions, and then above and below. When I do my spiritual work, I either open the way by, the offering prayer from Anpu to open the way, or I actually open the way with that. I hold the Ankh in my hand. Um, but we'll save that. So you could start either by honoring Anpu or by actually opening the way. There's a Lakota Four Direction song where you can open the way. Lots of different cultures have different procedures to open the way. I like to do the one where you hold your hands like this. You hold the Ankh in one hand, close to your heart. And I'll probably do that one for the second half of the program since we're talking about portal openings. Okay, there it is. TikTok is uploaded. So re-uploaded or updated. Let's see if I can find it. Oh. That's interesting that when I did a Google search, I didn't see anything, but they said there was videos on TikTok. So that's interesting. Portal opening January 2025. It comes up. Okay. January 11th. Nope. I don't see the one I'm looking for. So I'll keep working on it. Okay. Well, next time we're together, I'll have more information on it. I have not done my homework yet. Okay. So does anyone here have any experiences with portals? You want to share it with the community? Constance has been to 1980 and 1880. I haven't tried to do any time travel portals. I'm mostly just using them for manifestation. And I've had a very painful lesson last month that one of the reasons why why I feel like my manifestations are askew. Like there's just something a little off about it, and it's it causes me to not do it anymore. I try to do it anymore. But my daughter reminds me of the amazing things that have manifested through me. And so last month, I had a lesson where one of the problems is that I'm thinking that I'm the one manifesting. And I'm taking on all the responsibility of dealing with all the details. And I get all stressed out and I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing it right. I need to do this. I need to do that. And the message to me was, no, that's not it. I just have to show up. Just show up. And the manifestation was shared with me. And now I'm a portal for it to be expressed. So that was one lesson I had. And then another lesson I had is, I'm always opening these portals and talking about portals. But I was not closing them. I wasn't closing them. I was opening them. Everything was fine and things were manifesting, but I wasn't closing them. And since I wasn't closing them, then it was open for other, like energies or entities, what have you, to come through. And that's what was messing things up. I'm really grateful that I finally got that lesson. So I've been learning about, let's see, closing portals. Oh, I got some. Okay, yeah, I found my notes on closing portals. Yeah, so because like when you do a ritual or prayer, you have a closing prayer, and I just wasn't really acknowledging how important that is for this type of work, and I can't believe it took me that long to get the lesson. So I found some words, because I'm a chantress, some words for closing portal. So one of them is, I intend to close this portal and restore harmony and balance in this space. Because if you've been doing a lot of healing work and releasing, or like when I'm working on clients and they're releasing all this energy, I've got to close the portal. When I'm doing sound healing, I open it and close it with the grounding tones. I own a crystal bowl that I use to open and close the sessions. Then we always start with the Anpu tune, the opener of the way, and then close with the grounding tones again. So I do that in my sound healing without, even really paying attention to it. But when I was doing my offerings, I really wasn't paying attention. So you want to close the portal and restore harmony and balance in this space. Here's another one. I intend to seal this portal with love and light, preventing any negative energies from entering or exiting. Another one. I intend to close this portal and create a protective shield around my space, ensuring the safety and well-being of all who reside therein. Then I had like a whole bunch of notes I took about something else. And then I found, here's another one. No, I did these already. Okay. Then I found this list of chants. Well, what is it? I got this from Kajara Niyaya at the Raseki Temple, and she has a wonderful book of prayer. It's in the other one. Yes, ancestors. But it was a whole list of chants to recite at the end of spiritual work to close the portal. So when I make time, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and like 20 different chants. But I'll read an example. I'll read some in the English. Keep away death, keep away sickness, keep away tragedy, keep away sudden wrong, disturbances, embarrassment, losses, setbacks, witchcraft. Keep away vicissitude, upset, stumble, etc. So it's one thing to open portals, but then you have to take responsibility that you opened up that energy, way for the energy to move. And so you've got to close it. So that's one powerful lesson that I had about portals. Okay. And then the third thing that I learned is I learned all these lessons like last month because I was trying to understand, what's going on with these manifestations and the work that I want to do in the world. Why am I meeting so much obstacles, or why is it not manifesting the way I want it to, which is my ego, but the ego is here to protect you too, right? So what did I get? You got to close the portals, right? And I forgot the second one. Close the portal. I already forgot the first one. And so the third thing is when I work on my manifestations, it has to be in alignment with Ma'at. Whatever it is that I'm doing, saying, thinking, whatever my actions are, let it be in alignment with Ma'at. And, Ma'at is, is at the front of the boat of Ra on his bark, through creation. And Ma'at is at the front. Like Anpu is the opener of the way, right? But Ma'at is in everything. Ma'at is everywhere, is everything. It was the first thing that was created. People think the sun, but no, Ma'at was in a whole different category. And so I opened up my book, Temple of the Soul by Dr. Maud Ashby, and I just says, I need some guide. Let me go get that. Well, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. But let me just go get it. What portal opening? Okay, I guess that was close the portal and ways to close the portal. And so so I just asked for I don't know if I can even find it today. Find it. Oh, I didn't mark the page. Yeah, I don't remember where it was. Oh wait. It'll just spin a second because I'm going to need it tomorrow. I don't even know if I wrote it down or anything. Oh, here it is. Okay. This is from the Temple of Asar. I just happened to open it to this page, and the book is beautiful hardback Temple of the Soul from the Temple of Abdu and Abydos. And so I said, okay, I need something to put to my work with portal openings and altars and chants and prayers and rituals that I can remember easily, that will assure that everything that I'm doing is in alignment with Ma'at. Because, like I said, I manifested really amazing things working with these portals and these chants and the rituals and everything I've been doing. But something was always a bit off. Like I said, that's my ego. But nevertheless, I wanted to do something to make sure. So now I know I have to close the portals. I've got the words for the portals, and I know I'm forgetting the second step. So anyway, it's about making an offering of Ma'at to the divine. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Let's take down the screen. Okay, let's take this down. Okay. Yeah, and so on Thursdays, we go into detail on the spiritual practice. But today I'm just going to take this down. Wait, I don't want any background. There we go. Okay, so it's this wonderful book, Temple of the Soul. And the page we're reading right now is showing you about the Ma'at offering. Oops, it's reversed for me. Can't see. Okay, so this is showing the pharaoh or the royal personality making an offering of Ma'at, and it's this little statue of Ma'at. So this is the page I opened to when I was asking for how do I make sure my manifestations are in alignment with Ma'at, because obviously this manifesting, and it's, say Mama tried to talk to me about how my music is tainted because of my ego, and I didn't really understand this what he was trying to tell me. But now I'm starting to understand. So this one is the chapel corridor presentation of Ma'at. The royal one presents a statue of Ma'at to Asar Serenru. Okay, so I have not read. This is not from the Pernura, so I'm going to go ahead and read it without the prayers. Okay. Arat Neb Diank Seneb was Herura Ka Ka was Serek, the Assyrian goddess of thee gives life, health, and flow to Heru. I don't know what that means. Of thee. Heru Ra Ka Ka Waset Serek. Heris Ra, Heru Ra, Ra Herukuti stands on the Serek, or ancient royal naming standard, in the name built generative power, and the name bull generative power in the risings of the west city of Thebes, Luxor. So this is the translation of this panel. And this is the part that stood out for me. Derp mat ten neb ma'at. Giving offering of justice, righteousness, and truth to the Lord of justice, righteousness, and truth. And then it goes on and on. But that was the, Behudet Metet Neterah, the great divinity of Edfu, Heru. Diank Jed was Mira, Heb said F DF Ankh Jed was. Gives life, stability, flow of energy, like Ra on the ritual of renewal, as he gives all life, stability, and flow. Nesu Biti Neb Tawimat, Men Ra Sarah, Kau Seti, Mary, and Ptah. The ruler of Upper and Lower Kemet, Lord of the two lands, whose title is one who is righteous and firm in the God Ra, the spirit, son of Ra, Lord of rising, Seti, beloved of Ptah. And so, okay, so here is Dr. Ashby's commentary on that. On Initiatic Stop 14, we see the royal personality, that's you and me, the royal personality, in the name of Seti, was making the offering of a kneeling statue of the goddess Ma'at. He is offering an image of the goddess Ma'at in a bowl that symbolizes Neb, all. So he is offering all Ma'at. As we discussed earlier, this particular offering does not necessarily mean anything if he is an unrighteous personality. He is offering his righteousness and purity to Asar Serenru. In other words, the cultivated virtues throughout life, including the temple attainments up to this point. Okay, so what I got from that is when you just make your offering Neb Ma'at, that is saying that all Ma'at, whatever it is that I'm doing, make it be in alignment with Ma'at. So that is something that those are things that are standing out for me in preparation for the portal work we're going to be doing later this month. And I'm really looking forward to that. There's some of you that are still here on this call. I really appreciate your presence. Good rising, great awakenings, because we're gods and goddesses rising in consciousness and awareness and our divinity. I appreciate you for tuning in and for tapping the screen. Okay. And so one of the things I like to do during these sessions unless there's any questions on portal openings. I just know that towards the end of the month, January 21st to the 25th, there'll be some Cosmic Chimes Enchanting sessions offerings. Before I move on, though, to the sound healing phase, I have some books on my bookshelf that I've bought like 20 or 30 years ago. I've never read. So one thing I've been doing is pulling them out and reading from them. And since we're dealing with the Sirius culmination, I cannot find my book, The Sirius Mystery. I must have lent it to someone. But I did find The Sirius Connection, which I've never opened, and then The Pale Fox by the French archaeologist who, quote unquote, discovered the Dogon Sirius community. And this is the book, the author said the book Sirius Mystery is written from. So I'm just going to open the book randomly and read from a few pages, a few paragraphs. Okay. 6, Amma's work. Okay, and you're not familiar with the Sirius Mystery. I don't know if this is going to make any sense to you. I'm not that familiar with it. That's why I'm reading the book. Okay, Amma's work, development of the second world. Amma performed the work of creation in several stages. This work consisted of giving volume to that explosive force he had conferred on his own thought, projected outside of himself while he was materializing the world. The animated forms, born according to the successive stages of the drawing and transmitting their germinated force from the inside of the seeds all the way to the stars, were only one facet of the universal motion that Amma himself had bestowed upon the world. Amma's work. Initially, Amma's egg in a ball, Amma Talu Gunu, was, as we have seen, made of 4 parts that adhered to one another, of which it was said, quote, the 4 clavicles were stuck together, the 4 clavicles were like 4 eggs, unquote. It is represented in this form by the design of Amma's clavicles. Now, Amma produced his own creation by opening himself up. That sounds like a portal opening. And this sounds also like the Nun, the way Nun created himself, and Ua Kepri. It's just the way that we create by opening up ourselves. Now, Amma produced his own creation by opening himself up. Amma's decision, a prelude to his actions, is stressed by a figure made above the egg. It shows a double door, Tadine, a twin door, locked with the key of the world. Well, that sounds like a portal. Because the egg is probably just, like the oval shape of a portal, like a portal shape in the oval, not the infinity symbol, like the one I had for the background. Let me put that back up. I don't know what I did with it. Well, I can't find it now. Okay, there it is. Where is it? It's not showing up. Okay, well, I'll try one more time. All right, never mind. Sorry. Okay. All right. Amma's decision, a prelude to his actions, is stressed by a figure made above the egg. It shows a double door, Tadine, a twin door, locked with the key of the world, Aduna Ta'i. One of the sides Figure 82. Page 82. Let's see if we can find this image of Amma. Like I said, I bought this book, I don't know when, and I've never opened it. Well, isn't that interesting? This is the first image of Amma. Look at that. And it's the same thing I was talking to, but on the side, right? It's a seed. So a portal is a seed. Interesting. I didn't read the page. Yeah, I've never opened this book. There's a lot of cool images in here. Man, oh man. Okay, let me get back to it. Basket of beans. I'm definitely going to have to get into this book. Is that on? No, that's the Nomo. I lost my page. Hold on. Of course I did. We're close. We're getting close. We're getting close. Man, oh man. So much information in here. Of course. Oh, it was 6. 6. Oh, here we go. Amma. I won't read the whole thing. Don't worry. This is so exciting. It's so serious. Come on. I can't believe I lost that page. Okay, maybe that's all I was supposed to get today. No, that's 4. 6. The egg of Amma. Isn't that it? The egg of Amma. I got so excited, I lost my page. Let me get back to that page. Amma's egg. The egg of the Nomo. Come on. Take me back to where I was. Please. There we go. Almost worked. Okay. One of the sides of the door is closed and represents that which Amma will keep for himself. The other, which has the key in it, represents what he will give up. The key is placed on what he gave the world because it is like the germination of grains, that is, the future proliferation of seeds and of man. In prayer to Amma, it is said, Amma's key with which he opened the door to make things of the placenta of the world come out. The key is like the germination of cereal grains. May Amma open his door to give birth in the world. Thus will Amma open his door to set the world free. This extension will first manifest itself by the opening of the egg. By the force of Amma's will, the 4 clavicles will separate so as to spread open. Thus, Amma's work, while he is spinning on his own axis, will separate and open the 4 clavicles in order to determine space and the cardinal directions which they potentially contain. This opening takes place in the north, the direction specifically associated with Amma. It is said, quote, Amma's egg of the north contains the east, the west, and the south. In the past, Amma's egg was stuck in a ball. Then it opened, unquote. Also, Amma's egg in a ball, Amma Taluguna, became Amma's opened egg, Amma Talugine. While Amma was spinning, the first egg formed 4 pointed eggs. The 4 clavicles progressively lowered themselves. Amma's clavicle round became the 4 extended cardinal points. Well, that was fun reading while we're talking about portal openings. There's so much information in the world, and if we just stay true to ourselves, we will uncover it and put the pieces together. Good rising, AW, peace and love. I guess awe is how I would say your name. Hatep. Okay. Well, that was fun for me. I hope you enjoyed that. Learning about portal openings. And the next few weeks or strengths in January, the focus will be on the portal opening coming up January 21st to the 25th. I have not found the right information on that yet. I don't have anything to share with you, but today was like an introduction to this. Just tuning in earlier, we commented on how December 24th, the Pope opened 5 portals. They say we correspond to the 5 chakras. I don't know. And then we also had the new moon and New Year's Day. We talked about how it's not really New Year's Day, it's Sirius culmination. That's why I read from this book, The Pale Fox, which is the archaeologist who interviewed the Dogon. And they have all the information that they found here. The Sirius Mystery is a condensed version of all this. And maybe in the future, I'll get to read this one, The Sirius Connection. Okay, so one of the things that's changing here at the temple with the Good Rising TV presentations is after decades of offering valuable content and information freely, I am delving into the area of what is the word? Monetization, which is really tough for me. Because this is a temple and I just love making these offerings, and I'm a musician and I love sharing my music. And since it is so spiritual, controversial, political, so against the grain of the masses, of the mainstream, it's been very difficult to continue. And whenever I go in for guidance, and this is part of wellness, right? We're talking about wealth and well-being, health. When I go in for guidance, the guidance is keep doing what you're doing. Everything is in divine alignment, divine right order. And like I said, when I was still working with Temple of Chatal Neter, I was trying to get people to participate in my live streams and make a donation to the temple. I had links set up where you clicked on a link and then you got to experience the live stream, but then I had set up wrong. People only had to pay 50 cents, not $5. I've tried lots of different things. I thought I was going to try the subscription service, but I don't have enough views on YouTube. And on TikTok, they take half and you're only asking for $2 a month. And so somebody said, you just ask for donations. You just need to ask for donations. My website was down for about a month. It was hacked. Someone had 4,000 backlinks to Pyrography. 51,000 files were added, and over 10,000 photographs of Pyrography were linked to my precious little Light Being Wellness website. And I didn't know. I don't know how long it's been going on. So that's down. But now it's back up again. So I have to restructure and reformat how I'm going to continue with these online offerings for Asmataji Temple of Divine Light, Healing, and Sweet Sound. I was hoping I could set up some sort of temple membership, like with Patreon or something like that. But I don't know how long that's going to take. So right now, my plan is. Oh my goodness! Someone sent a donation. Hey! Wow! Thank you, Constance. Yeah. So my plan is we have the first hour where we're just chit-chatting. And the second hour, if someone makes a donation, I will make the offering. And so Constance made a donation. So now we can move forward with the next portion of the program. I'm just speechless. Thank you. Yes, I will put it in the chat here if anyone else wants to make a donation. That is so amazing. You really made my day. It was so hard for me to say all that. So I really appreciate you. Thank you very much. And so, so what we're going to do now is you're going to listen to me talk while I set up the chimes. I do have the chart already pulled. So we'll talk about the chart. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, that was my lesson is I don't really ask. I feel really weird asking. What did I just do? But we here at the temple, mainly my dog and I, we really need some help right now. So I have to be more vocal about it. So thank you. Okay, so before I set up the chimes, let's look at the chart. Go around the chart. So this is a 13-month sidereal astrology system. I use Astro app to download this information. And it kind of looks like another portal. It's round and it's got something in the middle that you can go through. And when I stare at the chart, I just get so much feelings and energies from it. And then I love to put it to sound. It's just amazing. So let's start with the sun. We have the sun in sidereal Sagittarius, along with Pallas Athena, or Net, goddess Net. And last time we were talking, I was saying how when the sun is in Sagittarius, it's the time to plan out your travel plans for the year, to create, your journey, because it's a spiritual journey. We talked about, you can't see it right now, how we all have a boat on our spiritual journey, and we decide where it's going to go. We're gods and goddesses, so we're manifesting our journey through life. So this is a really good time to chart out the course for your life. I know they say it's your New Year's resolution, but it's actually the sun in sidereal Sagittarius, and so this is the perfect time to do that. And I've decided that I'm going to make the journey back to California to visit my daughter and heal that relation, or work on healing that relationship. And I'm going to chart a course for me to visit the mounds of Turtle Island, North America. So that's my travel plans for the year. Then we have Pluto and the Moon and Venus are in sidereal Capricorn right now. I think with Pluto, it's going to be here for, I don't know, is it a decade or so? I'm not sure. And then in the Western system, it's already in Aquarius, but we're in Capricorn in reality. And so that's the time when the structures, the government powers that be, we're going to be able to witness them crumbling and falling apart. So I'm going to be making lots of popcorn for that. The moon in sidereal Capricorn, the moon represents our personality and our character. And so this is a great time to write. When I look at the moon in a sign, to me, that's what we should be focusing in our journal, because the moon is represented by goddess Shasheta here at Haduscopes, and Shasheta is the cosmic scribe. So you could be writing out, about, like, for example, in my case, I'm going to be working on my limitations around money. I've done a lot of work with healing my relationship with money, and I've manifested so many things, or so many things have manifested through me, big things. And like I said, but there was always something a little off. So I shared with you earlier how I'm going to be addressing that by closing the portals, and I have the words for the portal closing, and then the whole thing about Neb Ma'at. And I know there was a third thing, but I already forgot it. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on for these 3 days. And then that's not Venus, that's Cetus, excuse me, that's Cetus. Cetus is an asteroid, and Cetus is connected to goddess Aset. Okay, so that's intuition and nurturing and divine wisdom, things like that. So in sidereal Capricorn, I guess that would mean going out into nature and allowing yourself to be nurtured by your environment. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. Let's see. So the other things haven't really changed that much. Saturn is still in Aquarius. Neptune is still in Pisces. Chiron still in Pisces. Uranus is still in Aries. It's retrograde. Sedna is in Taurus, retrograde. Jupiter, I'm waiting for Jupiter to move into the sacred hoop, but it's retrograde in Taurus. Mars is in Cancer. So I think we'll do that. We're going to do the sun, of course. We'll do Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Mars is in sidereal Cancer. So that is, and it's retrograde. That would be your force, your direction, your motivation. is towards helping the family, healing the family. That's what I would say about that. So I didn't have them set up earlier, so I'm gonna get that set up now. And if you have any questions, thank you, Constance, for your contribution, so we can move forward with the next portion of the program. I meant to do this while I was talking, but I got so excited about the portals that I didn't. So, but it won't take me too long. If you don't mind waiting. And then I'll take this off. Okay. I don't know if you can hear my dog barking right now. She is waiting for her dog food to arrive. I did get to order it. But it won't be because of the holiday. It won't be here for a few days. So when this happens, she goes on a little fast, and she has oatmeal and squash, and we had a big bowl of lentils last night. She really loves lentils. For a while, I was just feeding her dog. I wasn't feeding her any dog food. I was feeding her what I ate when her mother was still alive. But they ate so much, I couldn't keep up with it. So I found another type of dog food. Ooh, what's going on with the lighting? She's been thriving with it. This is Wellness Wednesday. It's made out of crickets and vegetables. And because the regular dog food was making her really sick. They smell terrible all the time, and they have a terrible rash, and it was really disturbing. And after her mother died, Elu died, I was desperate to find a food that wasn't killing them. And so I stayed up all night and found this dog food called Jiminy's. It's made from crickets, which is more sustainable than killing animals for dog food. I don't know if I'm ready to eat crickets, but Sybil loves this dog food. And they don't sell it in Chicago. I have to have it special ordered or order it through Chewy's. So I don't know if you can hear her, but she's ready to be fed. So I'm gonna put this up. Shouldn't take me too long. Oh, and so yesterday we had American Tuesday, and she was a client or a student when I did the Open Your Money Flow presentation. And she was she was excited about the dark moon because it's 2 new moons in a month. And I hope I didn't burst her bubble, oh my goodness, too much. But I explained to her that whole concept of having 2 full moons or 2 new moons in a month is man-made because the calendar is, oh goodness, I said it wouldn't take long. It's stuck. The calendar, oh, there we go, should have 13 months because we already know the moon has 13 months. So how can the satellite of the sun have 13 months, but the sun doesn't have 13 months? But we had a nice conversation. She took my class for the Open Your Money Flow by Healing Your Root Chakra. And we talked about that. I called her. We had a little conversation about it as well. Ooh, what am I doing? Because I feel like I have opened my flow, of abundance. Like I said earlier, I've attained some sort of financial freedom because I'm able to live without money, that much money. It's not what I had in mind when I was seeking financial freedom. But anyway, just rambling about that stuff right now. Okay, so we always start with Antu. And we've got Sagittarius, the Sun, and Sirius. And I don't know if you recall last week, Yeah, I don't have a chime for Citus, but I have the solfeggio chimes now too. And so I'm using the a set tone to stand in for Citus. So what do we got? We've got, let me pull it back up. Got the sun. The sun is in Sagittarius, and then Pluto, the moon, and Citus is in Capricorn. Okay. Moon, Citus, oh, and Pluto. Okay. Pluto. Man, this heater is working great today. All right. All right. Oh, to get out of here. I gotta replace that one. We'll go with it. There. All right. Okay, so Pluto, the moon, and Citus, and Singular Capricorn. Ooh, yeah, it's really warm in here now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I really appreciate Constance for making this donation. I'm so grateful. I'm actually in shock. And really inspiring and encouraging. Where'd you go? I just had you. Moon, Citus, and Pluto. So each one of these chimes is tuned to a different planetary frequency based on Kepler's calculations. And then also have this one for the solfeggio. And so for cosmic chimes and chanting, I just chant the names of the deities, the Natarian deities associated with these planets and or constellations. And I don't know if anyone else does this, but I always feel so good when I do it. It's hard to do it. As soon as I learned about the chimes, when I first learned about the tuning forks, I immediately started to apply the Kemetic correspondences, and the founders of Accutonics got mad at me. They said, if anyone's going to develop Egyptian Accutonics, it's going to be Donna, because she's an Egyptian priestess. And all my supporters were like, just do it anyway. They can't control you. So I did it anyway. And then later, like years later, they said, we want you to develop the Kemetic Accutonics. And so I did. And then they kicked me out of the institute because I wasn't paying them any money, basically. Okay. So there we go. So we want to thank Constance for making a contribution to Osmodigy Temple so that we can have this experience together with the chimes, cosmic chimes and chanting. And I don't know what you'd rather see, the chimes or the signs. Let me see if we can get them all in here. There we go. TikTok, I can't get them all in here, but okay. And again, if you're just tuning in on TikTok, you can always find the replay at my YouTube channel. I don't know what's going to happen on January 19th, the day before the climax of this mega portal opening, but I have more information on that. I certainly hope that they do not ban TikTok in the United States. I have not started downloading all of my videos yet. I'm hoping they don't do that. All right, so like I said before, I usually start with the singing bowl. grounding. Let's do that. So this is tuned to the note of G, the key of G for the root chakra. And when we're opening ceremonies, we go counterclockwise to open the portal. See if we can get a better view. I don't think I can get that sound very good. Gotta work on the. You are good. To us a shelter. Oh, Dua, Haitian Empress. Thank you so much for liking this live. I'm liking your presence. Is a gift to me. All right, that was beautiful. Dua. Nice. Yeah, it's always so uplifting. I don't really know why. I don't know. I guess because when you chant the names of the netters, you transform yourself into the netters. And so aligning with how they're aligned in this moment, it just really makes me feel a certain way. I don't know. Makes me feel aligned. And again, Dua to Sister Constance Woo Woo on YouTube for making a donation to Osmoticity Temple, which enabled this transmission to take place. I think Constance has a YouTube channel now, a dog training channel. Yeah, I saw. I saw that she has the page. I have not visited the page, but I'm about to do that. Do that next. I just want to see what else can we do with this. I think we got a little bit more time. I know what I need. I'm going to do this. It's called self-care. Even though I'm working on myself, because energy doesn't distinguish time or space, it has the potential to be a self-care session for you too. And I know this because I worked with Rhonda Cooper, another one of my students that was on the line yesterday. And she would tell me that when she would attend my live stream self-care session, that she would receive the healing too. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I've got this it's called an activator belt. You put it on, strap it on, and it's a piece of rubber. It goes onto your thigh. So when that's how you get the tuning forks to vibrate. My poor little dog. She's across the hall and she's wondering where is her food. All right, so I'm going to work on root chakra today. I don't know if you were here earlier, I was talking about how I had this goal for financial freedom. And I was, frustrated because I didn't feel like it was working. And my daughter pointed out to me that, well, Mom, the way you live, you really have attained a level of financial freedom. It's not what I envisioned for myself for financial freedom. But I have to admit that I have been able to live without. And that was not my intention. So I'm going to fine tune my manifestations. So we talked about this earlier, Haitian Empress, that now everything is going to be in alignment with Ma'at. And we talked about a passage from the Sarian temple about Neb Ma'at. So just by stating Neb Ma'at before, during, and after my work, for sharing my words or my thoughts, or even if it's just in my mind, Neb Ma'at, that all is in alignment with Ma'at. So that's my goal, to be, I guess Neb, it means all, like we make an offering in a bowl, It also means Lord. And so Nebet, like Nebet head is the lady of the house. So Nebet Ma'at, that is the goal for my royal personality is to be a lady of Ma'at. So I'm working on the root chakra today. So I won't do too much. I was choosing the reds because it's the root chakra. I guess, yeah, I'm going to do the Ma'at, right? Ma'at, talk Ma'at. And what else? Healing from trauma. Yeah. And miracle of transformation, right? And eliminating pain. I guess I would do it. And then one more. I guess we'll go, that I have on two open anyway. So now I'm carried away. I was just going to do a few. And then I'm bringing the whole thing. Okay, well, this one we're going to work with today. All right, so you can participate in this if you want to by using crystals or stones for healing. You can place them on the root chakra area. So a little bit down here. And look at my extraordinary vessels. I think after all these years I have them memorized. I'm sure I do have them memorized, but I don't believe that I have them memorized. So I still pull out my notes. Okay. So we're going to start. Usually when you start doing sound healing sessions, you start on the ankles for grounding. So you can't see my ankles right now, but I'm going to have the tones. I'm striking on the rubber. You can hear them a little bit. I don't know where the microphone's on. And you just put them on your ankle bones for grounding. Start with grounding. Thank you so much, Haitian Empress. So this self-care session is about healing the root chakra. And even though you're nowhere near me, just by being on this energy space with me, you'll receive benefits. And maybe it will encourage you to come get a sound healing session with me someday. I had one person fly in from Arizona to get a sound healing session. He saw one of my little TikToks. All right, so I've got the tone here for Anpu, opener of the way, and the tone for Sedna, which is an asteroid based on the Inuit legend of the goddess who's well, I'll just go a bit into it. Her father had Inuit is the Alaskan and indigenous people. I don't know where the word Eskimo came from, but they're Inuit people. And so this young maiden named Sedna, her father had chosen a suitor for her to marry, but she had this other guy she wanted. So she went against her dad's wishes and married this other guy who was from like another tribe. And when he took her to his home, it turned out it was a nest, and he was like a monster bird, and he just wanted her there to cook and clean. So after a couple of weeks of that misery, she escaped and was swimming back home. And her dad was feeling so bad about it. At that same moment, he was in a boat coming to rescue her. So she gets in her dad's boat, and they're starting to sail home. And then her husband shows up, and the dad is horrified. He didn't know that his daughter had married a monster. So he pushes her out the boat, right? The monster is coming for her. She grabs onto the edge of the boat, says, "Dad, help me, please." And he takes out his machete and chops her fingers off. So she falls into the water, and her fingers become like the mammals in the sea or whatever. But she is the representative of domestic violence, SA, assault, violation, trauma in general, okay? So we've got Anpu, opener of the way, and Sedna. So this is to release trauma. Like I said, I'm just focusing on the root chakra today. I'm not going to do, well, I'll do the three treasures first. I'm going to start with grounding, sorry. So I'm on my, a few points below my belly button. These are the kidney points, the heart chakra, and the first eye. The three treasures is to align your purpose with your desires and your thoughts. So we start every session with the three treasures. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that myself for this session. So now we have Anpu and Sedna to release trauma from our the three treasures. Just going to do the three treasures quickly. And now I'm going to connect the three, like connecting the dots. And now the root chakra area. I don't usually work on people's root chakra. I feel like it's an invasion, but I do my own. When I'm working with other people, I just hold the forks over them unless I know them really well. Like, I really don't like doing this with male customers. Some male customers are a little inappropriate, and that's interesting. I'm talking about it while I'm working on my root chakra. Yeah, one guy was like, "Can I take off my shirt?" Before I could say, "You don't have to," he took off the shirt. And then one time I was working on this man who I thought was a friend of mine, and he was like laying on a table, and he lunged at me, "You're so beautiful, I have to have you now." And I was like, "Ah!" So let's keep working on my root chakra. So I'm working on the root chakra because our trauma is stored in the root chakra, and also our financial freedom, security, stability. And so if our root chakra is out of alignment because of trauma, then our finances are out of alignment. All right. That's my take on the matter. And let's do putting things in divine order. This is the Ma'at tone, Neb Ma'at. And this is Selket for releasing doubt and fear, right? Powerful combination for root chakra clearing. Good rising, great awakenings. It's good to see you too. Oh, it's choose me. Wait, chose me. I always thought it was choose me. It's chose me. 2025. Oh, we got an update. So we're going to apply these frequencies to the root chakra. And again, even though you're not here with me, because of the way energy works, you're still benefiting from this self-care session. So I did the three treasures just briefly. I'm focusing on the root chakra. You can have like crystals or stones. You can put them on your root chakra, or you can just visualize, your root chakra being healed. I'm doing a little bit on my womb area because, a lot of trauma is stored there as well. So this is to release guilt and fear, doubt, all fetters are set, and put them in divine right order. Let's do that. Heart chakra. Anyway, and then these are the grief points right here to release grief. And then the throat chakra. So we can express ourselves. Now that I'm 63, it's more like I don't care if people are upset by what I say. I'm sharing truth. I'm representing Ma'at. I'm Nebet Ma'at, Lady of Ma'at. And I don't care. I just speak the truth. And what are they going to do? Get mad at me and not talk to me? Okay. That's probably not the most holistic response, but it's my authentic situation. And let's see. We have set and Gab. I chose red because it represents the root chakra, not that necessarily that your ego is in the root chakra, but when you think about it, trauma, PTSD, emotional trauma, that is, even though it's, what's the term, justified, it's still a federal set because, and this is where it gets really touchy. I guess this is where it gets really hard for me to understand or process my trauma, is because in the Kemetic realm or the Natarian realm, everything that's happening to us is based on our REUs, based on our past lives, our past experiences, our words, our thoughts, our actions, our desires, our feelings. All of those things come into play in our REU. So if something happens to you, or like something happened to me that was devastating, was horrible, it was on Ma'at. It was just, and it had so many like ramifications in every other area of my life. It affected people in my life before I even met them. That's how traumatizing it was. It happened to me before my children were born. But since I didn't know, I passed on that trauma to my children. My children grew up in a traumatized environment. And so now I'm dealing with all of that. It's really difficult. But the thing is, it happened for me because of my REU. Or the other aspect is, well, I signed up for it. I signed up to go through this experience so I could have this lesson in life so that I could help others. Okay, I can kind of accept that for myself. But then when I look at the bigger picture of like entire nations or villages or tribes that were wiped out through the greed of colonizers or through a hurricane that was created by the colonizers, that one is really hard for me to process. And if you apply Unitarian science to it, it happened because of their past actions, words, and thoughts. Or some people say that the whole nation signed up for the experience to process the REU of the entire nation. So I'm still working with that. But anyway, here we have the fetters of Set and limitations caused by the trauma, and now we're going to release these fetters and purify our REU by releasing the trauma. Not saying that it was okay or that it doesn't matter. Of course it matters. And we don't want it to happen again. That's why I chose to speak out about my trauma, because I didn't want anyone else to go through that experience. So, we're still working on it. But I do know that my trauma affects my finances. So we're going to put Set and Geb on the root chakra, releasing fetters of Set from my root chakra and my financial freedom, stability, financial security, and not just for myself, or for the world, for humanity, for those who choose to live by Ma'at, not for everybody. Yeah, I've stopped offering prayers of peace for the whole world, because I do not want ignorant, unjust, unrighteous people to be at peace. That was another tweak I made to my prayers and offerings. I'm praying for their enlightenment, but I'm not praying for them to be at peace with what they're doing by hurting people. I don't want them to feel peace from doing those things. So that's just my 2 cents about it. As a survivor moving towards thriver. All right, so actually we went through all of those. Now we'll do the high frequency. And we'll be done. So we have these that go in the energy field. So you can hear these a lot better. The ones with the weights at the end, those are the ones where you feel the vibrations physically in your body. And then these other ones are in the energy field. Ooh, that's enough. Try to get the angel wings back there. And we have Selket and Ma'at, Neb Ma'at, and all things, Nebet Ma'at. All things in alignment with Ma'at, all words, thoughts, actions, deeds, prayers, intentions, affirmations, manifestations, all Ma'at, Neb Ma'at, Nebet Ma'at. Releasing guilt and fear and doubt, releasing fetters of Set. Do a Selket, do a Ma'at. Putting things in divine right order. Root chakra, heart chakra, throat chakra. And then we had Give and Set. Freedom from the limitations of this earth, of the material realm. Freedom from the fetters of Set. And from the 4 great truths of Chautau Nectar, we know that devotion to the divine leads to freedom from the fetters of Set. Ooh, that's nice. Devotion to the divine leads to freedom from the fetters of Set. Oh, I like that. Yeah, I wrote a song for the 4 great truths in the Meta Nectar, but I didn't have one with the translation. I'm going to record that. This is the life of a musician with, what is it, ADHD? Oh, I got a new song idea. I got to record it right away on my phone. Can't find the recorder. Oh, here it comes. Uh-oh. There it is. Oh, where'd it go? It was music. There it is, music. Okay. See, I've got like hundreds of song ideas on my phone. There you go. Devotion to the divine leads to freedom from the fetters of sin. I love it. And so now I have that little, 10-minute, 10-second clip. And I'll just finish writing the song and then I'll put it on the album. All right. And so now we just have to do the grounding. Yeah, this is such great work. I'm so fortunate that I popped a rib so that I had to learn about sound healing. Yeah, I popped a rib. What was that? 1998 or 99? I think it was 99. I popped a rib. It was my first time in the recording studio. No, it must have been 98. Yeah, or 97, 98. And it was the first time in the recording studio. Or was it the second? It was the second album. That's right, second album. That was the first album. And I was so nervous about my voice. I wanted it to be perfect like Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston and all of them. And I didn't know about auto-tune. I didn't know that you could sing off key, but in the studio they could make it perfect. And so I was obsessed. So for 6 months, I didn't consume one of my favorite herbs for healing. I don't think I can say that on here. So I stopped using it for 6 months. And when I ran, I would go running, I would sing because I wanted my lungs to be strong. And I would dance outside and sing outside. I lived out in the country back then. And the night before the recording session, my daughters asked me to sing them a bedtime song. And so I chose You'll Never Walk Alone from the music Carousel. And I started it too high. Oh, let me say this. So the night before, I was stressed out about the recording, so I consumed some more of my favorite herb. And I was like, it won't hurt. It's just, I'll be fine. I was so stressed. So then as soon as I had my favorite herb, well, one of my favorite herbs, my daughters asked for the song, right? You'll Never Walk Alone. And I started it too high, an octave higher than normal. So when I got to the high note, you'll never walk alone. Obviously, I was singing a long time. But I went too high because I started it, because I do have a 3.5 octave range, but I started it higher than I should have. So when I hit the high note, this rib right here just popped out. Pop. Did you know that can happen? Pop. So it's sticking out. You can see it. It looked like I had a huge lump on my chest. And I was like this. I couldn't stand up straight. And all this mucus was coming out of my nose. And I was like, okay, let's go. We got to go to the studio. It was an 1.5 hour drive to the studio. And I was like, I couldn't hardly drive. I got there. And the producer said, you look like shit. Come back when you're better. And he slammed the door in my face. So, but anyway, that's how I found Accutonics. I got healed with acupuncture and chiropractic. I got it to go back in. I did not like the needles at all. I did not like the of my neck. I didn't like it at all. And I said, man, if this ever flares up again, I hope there's something else available to me for healing, because I never want to do this again. And sure enough, let's see, that was 1998, 1999. 5 years later, maybe, 3 to 5 years later. No, 2006, 2007. So 6 or 7 years later, someone was giving a sound healing demonstration with the tuning forks, and I went to her for a session. I guess I went to her for 2 sessions. Maybe it was only 1 session, but the rib went back in, and it never came out again. And after a year of me referring people to her and going, I would go for a session, and my knee stopped hurting. My knee was hurting because I love to run, and if I run on concrete, it jacks up my knee. And I ran on concrete, it jacked up my knee. I didn't know if I'd be able to run again. The knee pain went away. My husband, who I still love dearly, at the time, he was fed up with my PTSD and he asked for a divorce. And I probably should have initiated it myself because it just, I don't know. But anyway, things that I was not able to do for myself just started happening. I went to Mexico with Don Miguel Ruiz my first time, went to the pyramid of Teotihuacan. Like all this stuff started happening and I just didn't. So then I learned how to do it. So that was in 2007 when I took my first Acutonics class. So we're going on a 20-year anniversary here pretty soon. And I'm finally ready to start teaching the classes. So I finished the book. And anyway, that's how I discovered how Acutonics discovered me. All right, so that is the sound healing session. For those of you who are just tuning in on TikTok, you can always find the replay of these on my YouTube channel, the Kimatones YouTube channel. If you're interested in seeing the ceremony for the Aset Rising, Sirius Rising, which culminates on December 31st, which is the Natarian observance of December 31st, I didn't live stream last night, but you can find the recordings from previous years. You can do the ceremony anytime, not just December 31st. I learned about this ceremony. We'll talk about it tomorrow. From Dr. Ashby, Say by Ma, who's my spiritual preceptor, who I'm no longer enrolled in his classes actively. The Goddess book, and it lays out all the different goddesses and how to worship the goddess. And then towards the end, they have the chapter on the mother worship ritual, which is especially for December 31st, but you can do it anytime. And also, if you go to my website, tachia.com, and look up Sirius, you'll find tons of information on Sirius. You'll find the ritual. You don't have to buy the book to find the ritual. You'll find the songs. I have several songs about Sirius. And you can just really get into the portal. Where to listen to my music. Oh, thank you. Well, you can find my music on your favorite music platform. I listen to Spotify, Apple Music. I'm on distro. Oh, no, I'm not on distro anymore. CD Baby. Your favorite YouTube. If you just Google Tachia Ahmet, you will find my music. 2 of my albums are not available right now because I'm switching from DistroKid back to CD Baby, but they'll be available. And on Bandcamp, you'll find music that I've written that has yet to be released. So that's a good way to keep up with my music. I do have 4 albums that are pretty much ready to release. So I'm working on getting that done this year. Oh, we have Juti M. Dakar Hatep Abet Tribe. Thank you so much for tuning in. You're the one that has the Medu Nectar hieroglyphs font. I did find it. I haven't used it, but I appreciate you pointing that out to me. And happy Sirius culmination, Dua Aset. And yep, so if you wanted to find that, you can look up Sirius and Tachia Ahmet, and you'll find it. And tomorrow we'll be back at 8 a.m. for a Natarian devotion on Thursdays, where we just talk about having a Natarian spiritual practice. Imen Jed Kara. Oh, okay, that's her name, Jed Kara. Okay. Oh, I have a lovely chant about the Jed Pillar. So I have to make sure I get that to you. So tomorrow we'll be talking about the Aset ritual and just different topics. I'm going to be talking a lot more about that Neb Ma'at and about closing the portal openings with Neb Ma'at. And then on Friday from 3 till 5, if you're in the Chicago area, we have the Akusa Neb reflective movement meditation practice. And thanks to Constance Woo today, she proved to me that this will work. So how things are going to go from now on, because I do the Akusa Neb online on Tuesdays after the Tamarican Tuesdays. So how it's going to go is for an hour, I'll just be rambling about my favorite topics and communicating with people, conversing with people through the chat on YouTube, or if they want to be a live guest on TikTok. And then after an hour or so, you'll have to listen to me talk about Osmosis Temple and how if we want the next hour to go forth, I will need one person to make a donation, just one person. If one person donates, then I will move forward with the temple offering. So today, Constance Woo Woo accepted the challenge and she made a donation. So we had the sounding session. Tomorrow we'll have a discussion on the Tarot practice, and then if someone makes a donation, then we will progress to the temple offering. I haven't decided which Neteru to honor tomorrow. I'm kind of torn between Aset and Ma'at, so maybe I'll do both. I do have a song called Asma, Are You Serious Enough? And so then, Friday, we have the yoga class, but Tuesday, to American Tuesday, we'll talk about whatever, and then I'll make the comment about the temple donations, and then if someone makes one donation, we will have the Akusaneb yoga class live stream. And once those are done, the live stream is done, then it's not public. It's private. And so if you make a donation, you can get the link. However, what's in the works is the book, the manual with the movements and the hekau, the chants, and then a audio recording of the actual hekau chants that go along with the movements, and then a video which contains the movements and the music hekau. So that's why I'm not making the live streams available to the public freely, unless if you give me a donation, then I'll send you the link. So it's really hard for me to talk in these terms, in these ways about money and getting paid. We talked earlier about how I feel very abundant and money. It flows to me. Like in the reading earlier, we talked about the energy flow. I feel very abundant and prosperous, and there's opportunities, and money does flow. However, for financial freedom, I had something else in mind. So I'm fine tuning my affirmations, intents, and hekau with this Neb Ma'at and closing the portals. Like we're opening, like this is an opening. We have a portal opening here. So when I close in the live stream, that ends the live stream, then I'm going to have to close the portal that I opened after I end the live stream. So that is the other step that I'm adding to my spiritual practice that I learned this past month. I lived in Gary for 19 years, had to leave 2015, health and financial reasons. No worries. Oh, how I wish I knew you then. Oh, well, where do you live now, Judy? Because the sun is in Sidereal Sagittarius, and this is a great time to plan out your travels for the year and your spiritual journey, your physical journey, your mental journey. And I've decided that I'm going to go on a tour of the mounds in 2025. Maybe not all at the same time, but I'll go here and I'll go there. So if you live Louisiana, well, I will come to you because I'm going to be visiting the mounds. I'm going to start with the Cahokia Mounds in Illinois, go to St. Louis, and then I've got, I'm mostly going to visit my friends. Oh, St. Louis. Okay, well, you can meet me at Cahokia because that's when my first stop is going to be at the middle of winter around February 1st. I'm going to Cahokia Mounds, and then I'm going to visit St. Louis because some of my ancestors lived in St. Louis for a while. We moved around. We weren't in just one place. The Trail of Tears kind of messed things up, but we ended up in St. Louis, and some of us ended up in Chicago. Some of us ended up in Detroit. Some of us are still in Mississippi. I've never met them. Some of us went to Texas, So, yeah. So when I get the travel plans together, Judy, we will have to meet. You can either meet us at Cahokia Mounds or when I come to St. Louis. You were initiated at the Cahokia Mounds? Wow. Okay, then we've got to make the connection because my vision is going to go to these mound sites and activate them. What we talk about on Tamerican Tuesdays is the correspondences between the Aboriginal cosmology of Tamerica, mainly the Olmec Maya, the Quiche Peru, the Lakota, and the Chalagi Cherokee, because those are the ones I'm most familiar with, but also, others, of course, the Hopi, um, and seeing how they correlate with the Kemetic wisdom, because I only refer to Kemet when I'm talking about Kemet. The wisdom and the spirituality of Kemet is Netarian, because we follow the Neters. And there's many indigenous and aboriginal cultures that follow the Neters. And I'm being led in the direction that, based on the Hopi prophecy, that when we can connect at this level, the cosmology, then we can fulfill the Hopi prophecy by bringing together the indigenous, like the map here, this indigenous people of 4 directions. When we come together, we'll have the truth. And that doesn't mean become, the other person. It means holding on to who you are, but bringing the teachings together, and then we'll have the real truth, the oneness that we're seeking. So that's why I'm doing all these things. That's what makes me happy. Let me have my disclosure statement. This is just what I do for fun. I'm not an expert. I'm not a master of any of these things. These are just the things that are near and dear to me. Well, I guess I have master sound healing. I'm not going to say that. And it's just my opinion, my observations, my research, my intuition. I don't have receipts for everything yet, and that's just my reality. So I'm working on creating this reality. Like on Tamerican Tuesdays, a lot of Native Americans and Africans are angry at us for coming out from this perspective. And I don't know why they're angry. But that's what I'm called to do, to bring together Kemet and Tameri or Tamerica. So if you're into that kind of thing, stick around because we're going to be traveling and exploring, and y'all are helping me write my books because I don't make time to read these books. They've been on my shelf for 20 years. But since I've been doing this live streams this time around with Good Rising TV, I'm reading my books, I'm taking notes, and I'm really enjoying it. So thank you so much, Dua, for being here. Jehuti, we're going to stay in touch because I am headed to Cahokia around the raising of the tree, the middle of winter, February 1st, the Candlemas, the Chinese New Year. That's my plan. Okay. Okay, you're on disability. Well, I also have my tuning forks with me and my salves. So maybe you can get a tune-up while we're at the mounds. Ooh, that sounds exciting. I'm gonna bring my chimes and my instruments and my songbooks and my crystals, everything. And I'm gonna set it up there in Cahokia. Because I've been to the pyramids in Kemet. I've been to pyramids in Mexico. I've seen pyramids in Peru. I've seen a sphinx head, a natural rock formation of a sphinx head in Brazil. And I have not been to the mounds. So I said, I'm not going to go back to Mexico or Peru or Ecuador, any of those my favorite places, until I've been to the mounds. So that's Cahokia, St. Louis, Ohio, Tennessee, Georgia, Louisiana, Alabama, the Carolinas, wherever there's a mound. And I have a friend on TikTok or YouTube that can help me, get around, or maybe I might stay with some of them. I don't know. But what do they call it? House concerts. Send up house concerts, so they'll invite their friends, and I'll come to their house and put on a little concert and ask for donations to get gas to get home. All right, yes, Canoe Nefer. That's what we're gonna do. Canoe Nefer at the Mounds. That is a great title. Canoe Nefer at the Mounds. Write that down. I'm gonna bring my pen. I'm gonna remember this though. Good association at the mounds. Okay. Yeah, I have I don't know if it's on this computer or this phone, but I have a place where I'm writing down all the notes from these great sessions that I'm having with you all. I'm learning so much. Learning so much. American Tuesday. Okay, this is the one. All right, so Canute Nefer at the Mounds. Oh my gosh, that is going to be outrageous. I'm so excited. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, Dua, to all of you, Dua Hatep, and thank you for sticking around to the end. And if you have any questions, you can just DM me. If you want an astrology reading or energy reading with the pendulum, you want to sign up for the Open Your Money Flow program. I haven't done it in a while, but I'm feeling called to start doing it again. I think I talked about it before that I've done that work. I've improved my relationship with money and abundance, all that. However, getting paid is my challenge right now because I don't like to ask. I don't like to talk about it. So I have to get out of my comfort zone of not getting paid and, get into the discomfort zone of asking to be paid. So that's what's happening for me in 2025. And I will be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. for Nigerian Devotion on Thursdays. And if one person is able to make a donation, we will have our devotional offering to, I don't know who it will be to yet. Probably Aset and Ma'at because I can't choose. But then we also have Jehuti, we have Sekhmet, Shesheta, Heru, Asar, Boaz, Marit. I have like altars all around the house for these different cosmic forces. I have the ancestral altar, I have my family altar, I have the altar for Yemaya, and I even have one for Lakshmi and Muruga for the Hindu tradition. The family altar is one where I deal with like Turtle Island stuff, and the ancestral altar is just like ancestors. So. Alrighty then, Dua Hatep, have a wonderful January 1st Sirius culmination, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you so much, Judy, and may your disability bring you many blessings, because there's always prosperity in adversity. It's always good in our adversities. It seems terrible, but it always is. It always, if you look at it with the right eyes, you will see that good kind from it. I mean, yeah, I know a little bit about that. You hate the thing that happened, but it led to something wonderful. Yeah. Okay, Hatep. Dua Hatep. Dua Hatep. Yes. And now I'm going to close the portal that I opened.